Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're looking at this video, you are probably a hard-working man that is home from work, trying to relax a little bit and check out a video. You probably also like knives. And boy, you're going to love this video because we're going to look at a Kubey EDC knife here that you could definitely use on the job. And man, I'm telling you, this is a nice knife. I like this knife. So it's not a $350 knife, but it's a knife you can afford. It's a knife that's not going to break the bank. It's a knife that's going to work really well for you on the job. So if you'd like to hear more about this knife, go ahead and check out the video. All right, welcome back to the Fortified Castle. Hi to all my viewers. Bonjour, privet, guten tag, hola, ciao, konnichiwa, and good day, mate, to my foreign viewers. Man, this is a good knife. It's a good knife, guys. Got this, I don't know when I got this. I think I got it this year. It's a new company that I wanted to try called Kubey, Kubey. I don't know whether that's pulling that in good for you or not. Got a D2 blade on there. This is a nice EDC knife. So first off, if you look at this knife, that's kind of the standard EDC profile. A lot of EDC knives have this nice clasp profile here, a nice finger groove to get your finger in there and to lock it in. Has a little ramp here on the blade. You got a lot going on here in this blade. You got a bunch of different geometries, and that's because it's a Tanto, not an American Tanto, but it's a Japanese Tanto blade. So you do have some sweep in the belly there, and it just cut me. Man, this thing is sharp. And a nice swedge right there. It presents a really nice point on the blade. And let me see if I can get this in for you. There you go. So it's pretty thick coming down here and into a very fine tip. So you get the best of both worlds. And unless you're an idiot, you really shouldn't break that tip off right there. It's plenty strong to use in an EDC knife. It's lightweight. And what do you got here? 8 inches overall. Oh, let me change that. There you go. 8 inches overall. You get a 3.625 blade with a 3.5 inch cutting edge on it. That's kind of perfect for a lot of guys. It is overall closed. It's 4 3/4 inches. 4.75 inches right there. You got G10 grips on it. Make sure I'm not bleeding on this. You have G10 grips, D2 steel here. I forgot what the HRC is on it. It is bead blasted. Really nice muted finish there. I like it. I'm sure it'll be pretty durable. Haven't EDC'd this knife yet. And that's just because I got so many other knives, but I can't wait to do it. I really like this knife. So I think I paid $36 for this knife. You can find it between $29 and $90. So make sure you look around. Nice chamfering here on the edge. You got some jimping right here. So what about that jimping? So if your finger wraps around right here, it is catching that jimping. I'm not sure that it's doing anything, you know, because your fingers are locked in here. So I really don't know that it's really doing anything for you. Really nice pocket clip here. It is deep carry, and look how deep that is. So the clip pokes up over the knife. Nice deep carry, and yay, it's done right. So the screws are recessed, and nice little snap there. Have carried this, had no problem going in and out. You got a little ramp there on your blade, and some jimping. That's not sharp, but it grabs your thumb. It's kind of nice, you know. A lot of times you got these ramps that are pretty high. This is a little smaller. I didn't know how I'd like that, but it's working just fine. I like it. Very comfortable. No hot spots. You don't even feel the clip at all. The clip is extremely well done. The knife is running on ball bearing pivots. It's kind of drop shutty there, but it has a strong detent. Matter of fact, I oiled that detent, but you can see it just shuts really nice. You know, works just fine. You can see the stop pin right there. Let's look at that. So that stop pin, I'm trying to get a good shot of it. Sorry, guys. There you go. That stop pin, it's not that large really, but it's not small. It's adequate, and the blade just kind of wraps around the stop pin for a nice solid lock on it. You can see you've got a really good, maybe 50% maybe on the liner lock. The liner lock is jimped. It's not really a gimmick. So you've got adequate access, but you guys know anytime you use a liner lock, your thumb kind of rolls over on top of it, and this actually works. So that jimping does give you some more grip there, and you can see I can just shut it with one hand, no problem. Good deployment on it, 100% every time. You just shut it. Doesn't matter whether you're up, down, upside down. Good deployment every single time. Nice little knife, and you know, I think normally you would get this knife in the $40 range, and some of the websites I looked at, it was you know, $90, and they may be a little more expensive than need be. Dead center there, you can see right there the blade. Nice centering on the blade, jimping on the top right here, and pretty nice. Kind of simplistic. That's their little design on the pivot pin. Looks to be a captured pivot pin, and then on the back here, just a little simplistic design. The liners are carbon steel, and you can see there are a lot of scalloping going on in these. See if I could show you here. See if I can get it in. It's hard to show you the other side, this side right here, but yeah, it's hard to show you, but they're heavily scalloped on both sides of this knife, and there are liners on both sides, which gives you extra rigidity. The G10 that thick is all you need, but the liners really help out, and I don't mind it at all. I like that. I like having that rigid knife when I'm working and doing heavy things. So it has a thumb hole here. I have a Dickens of a time. Like it's, if you access back here on the thumb hole, it's kind of hard to get it popped out, but if you access up at the top, it just flies out. I don't have any problem. And so when you do the reverse Spidey flick, every now and then I can pop it out. You know, maybe you young studs who are more dexterous than I am and stronger fingers might be able to do it no problem, but it does have you hear it right there. It is kind of a strong detent. It's only one. I put a little lube in there, and it was a lot better after I put that lube in. on my detent, but I still can't spidey flick it, but just flies open, you know, when I use my thumb. So you get 2 deployment methods. Really nice. Let's go and see what else is going on with this knife. Okay, so the width here is 0.053. So that's a bit much, right? It's a little tiny bit over ½ an inch, but for me, I got little bear paw, so I'm like maybe a 3-year-old bear paw in there. My hands are medium to large, and large hands, I don't think it bother you. If you have small, medium hands, I don't think it'll bother you. And you'll just have to make the decision whether, if you get small hands, whether it would bother you or not. It really is not. I guess because of this camphor is so good on here. I don't know. We mentioned the speed blasted. What else? The thickness of this blade is 0.02. That's kind of standard. Pretty nice. There is no side to side or up and down play at all. It is a solid lockup on this knife. It's called the Kubey Dark Knife. It's sold out in most places. I did find knifework.com had one for $29.99 with an AUS 10 blade, and Atlantic Knife had one for $48. And so they are still available. I don't know whether they're going to discontinue this model or not, but everybody is out of them. Maybe it's just popular. You know, it's your standard knife. Let's do this. This knife really is the Rat 1 killer. I'll tell you, these are exactly the same length, same style, and probably the same purpose on these knives. This is also a version of the Artero Rat 1. You've got these massive liners in it. This knife is lighter by just a little bit. They're very comparable knives, and I really prefer this right here than this Ontario. I've carried this a lot. I've used it a lot. Love it. Love the Rat 1. But anyhow, that's a look at how they line up. Here's a Spyderco Tenacious next to it. Just give you an idea of the size. The Spyderco Tenacious is actually a little smaller. Here is a Cold Steel Recon 1. Quite a bit larger, which is what I carry most of the time. And then Benchmade Freak, Mini Freak for your smaller EDC. And let's see, I'll show you one more. Let's do a little Sabibi here. Right there. It's really not a small EDC knife, but I think it's a good size for guys who are in, you know, landscaping, roofing, carpentry, you know, out there doing really hard work. This is a size I like. I like to get a full grip on my EDC knife, you know, when I'm out there working hard type of stuff, you know. It's a lot easier to hold and manipulate than Mini Freak, you know, which you can hold and use. I like the Mini Freak, but it's just, you know, hard use. This is a little better right here. That's what I prefer. All right, I think I covered all of it. Gave you some options. It is ambidextrous. It's tip-up carry, and you can flip it over to this side right here. Simple. And, you know, a flipper is ambidextrous opening. So for your lefties, it'd be a really cool knife. Love that. Look at that geometry on this thing. Really nice. The edge on it is really consistent. They did a really good job, especially, it's hard to do this transition right here, where you transition into the Tanto blade, and they just did a great job. And I got to be careful because this thing is razor sharp. Yeah, they did a good job. So, yeah, you're looking for a good EDC knife, affordable. This is all you need right here. And really a better steel. I think the D2 series Ontario's are going for $60. So I think it's more, they're more expensive than this. And this is like kind of the Rat 1 killer right here. Just as good and comes in less. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it informative. And thanks again for watching.